Hello, beautiful earthlings. Cheers. Cheers. This is just me manifesting a Topo Chico sponsorship because I'm going to need all the motherfucking hydration after all this jiu-jitsu drama. So what's up? Oh, yeah. ADCC 2024. Completely derailed? I'm just kidding. I'm being overly dramatic. But what are we going to see within these next few months? Because we already had two big names in the ADCC men's division drop out. That is William Tackett and Andrew Tackett, the first to kind of take the lead on taking a stand for fighter pay. That's what the majority of the hate has been about, that these ADCC grapplers go to ADCC, and if they don't win, they are walking away with nothing. They put their bodies on the line, and they are doing it all for the glory of being ADCC champion. But what does being ADCC champion really mean? Well, it's looked at as the Olympics of no-gi submission grappling, jiu-jitsu, whatever, ADCC Olympics, that's the narrative. Well, what does it mean if some of the elite athletes don't compete in ADCC? Like, is it really the Olympics anymore? Can we really call it that at that point? What's up? I see there's some people in here right now. Make sure we hit that like button so we can get this content sent out to the other BJJ nerds that are just trying to process what the hell has been going on in jiu-jitsu. Guys, I have kind of been hip to the drama that's been going on with Mo and Craig, not earlier than anyone else, but once it started, I paid close attention to the ADCC live chats because that is where some of the drama will be spilled right off the bat. I really like Mo Jassim. I feel like he has put so much on the line and so much work into making ADCC grow and really make the sport of jiu-jitsu be known among the non diehard fans community. Like, has he actually reached that yet? No. What he was trying to do when paying $2 million to T-Mobile Arena is make the production so big and so awesome that all these other people are going to come to the event or watch the event. And that was the goal. That was the intention. But now, hello, friend. The only problem with BDCC, I'm assuming that means ADCC, is if it's only a one-off thing. If that's the case, he should do it on opposite years of ADCC. So the only problem with BDCC, do you mean Craig Jones Invitational, is if it's a one-off thing. Okay, so Craig Jones has said that he is looking to make this tournament an annual thing. I can see some people's opinions on Craig Jones picking the same date as ADCC, really going head-to-head with Mo Jassim. And it's crazy because for a long time now, I think a lot of people weren't sure if their beef was real. Even Mo went on the ADCC live chat and said things like, I don't take any of this stuff personal, like professional and personal stuff I keep separate. There's no hard feelings when it comes to the stuff that is going on in the jiu-jitsu world. This is business. Even Craig Jones's brother comes into the group chat and says something like, does this mean that my tickets for ADCC are being taken back because, all the drama that Craig is starting? And then Mo jokes with him. He's like, no, you can still come. This isn't personal. Whatever Craig is trying to achieve, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know if that's still the attitude now with Craig Jones announcing that the tournament is going to be on the same day as ADCC. So if anyone's in the chat and can let me know if you guys see my screen, I am a one-woman show right now, being the producer and host. So hopefully you guys can see what I'm trying to show you. But I also know the people that are behind the CJI production and who is helping Craig get all this together. Because just imagine Mo Jassim has been working on ADCC since 2022. He's been working on ADCC 2024 since ADCC 2022. He probably took a week off and then he jumped right back into working on this project. What's up, Mr. Lopez? Thank you for letting me know that we're all good with the screen sharing. So now he is dealing with Craig Jones coming in. They have this website already set up, already good to go. The details that I know so far is that this tournament is going to be a 16-man bracket, as long as they can fill it. I'm sure they're not going to have a struggle filling up the bracket. There's a lot of people who didn't make it into ADCC that will probably try to get on this card, but I'm sure Craig is going to try to prioritize getting as many ADCC people to CJI, Craig Jones Invitational. And man, just talk about the star power of Craig Jones for a second. Obviously, El Segundo podcast is having a lot of success. Craig, as a commodity within jiu-jitsu, is its own thing. Like, it's not just his jiu-jitsu, it's his personality, it's the seminars, it's the way he gives back. Go into my home country of the Philippines and feed the children. That is some presidential shit right here. Craig Jones might run for president and take down Trump and Biden. Like, at this point, I mean, if he's taking down Mo Jassim, who's to say that he can't take down Donald Trump and Biden? So yeah, there's been a lot of drama on Craig Jones's side. And it was, a lot of people thought that this was a joke. Like, a lot of people thought that Craig is just like fucking around with everyone and wants to like get under people's skin, yada, yada, yada. But the official announcement yesterday that this is happening, and it is with Fair Fight Foundation. They are a non-profit, and they're looking to elevate the sport and athlete compensation while simultaneously raising money for charitable causes. The first people to drop out were the Tackett brothers. And as you can see with this offer right here, get ready for CJI, the most exciting new event in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I wonder what makes it the most exciting. They haven't really dropped what the rule set will be. So I'm not sure I don't think they even are allowed to go complete ADCC rule set. Like, I think that would be hella problematic. So CJI, it's going to take a while for me not to say computer-generated CGI. Hosted by B-Team BJJ and Craig Jones, offers unparalleled rewards with $10,001. I don't know if that's a typo or if it's $10,001, but that is it. Honestly, they probably did that on purpose. They probably wanted to be able to say that you make more participating in CJI versus winning ADCC. Do you think that's what is going on there? Or do you think that's a typo? Someone let me know in the group chat. Craig Jones about to double leg Biden and collapse from exhaustion shortly afterward. Hey, if he's going to continue doing those nose beers, who knows if he can even take down Biden? I don't know anymore. I don't know. Nose beers is like the one drug that I don't really support, but I feel like I would get along with Craig so well. I'm not going to lie. Like, you know, I approve of certain other drugs. You know, I'll support some mushrooming and every now and then. I don't want this video to get demonetized, so I won't go into a bunch of different details. But I want to say what's up to homeboy Richard. Thank you guys for joining the live chat. I've literally just been on TikTok live chatting. Now we're on the YouTube live chatting because there's just so much BJJ news to talk about. And I kind of want to get your guys' opinion on who's going to be the next fighter to drop out of CJI and drop out of ADCC for CJI. Who is like this list of invited people? I had my good friend Matt Scaff ask a very intriguing question. Are you guys ready for the question? I want some participation once I ask it. Do you think that the older competitors of ADCC are less likely to jump ship to CJI because they view this as their last opportunity to win an ADCC title, really build to their legacy, and, you know, walk away with an ADCC title under their belt? So who are some of the older people that we're looking at in the ADCC bracket? Let's just pull up ADCC I'm probably have to stop sharing this screen. ADCC brackets 2024. And in recent news, they invited Andy Varela as a substitution for Andrew Tackett in the 77 kg division. And like, can I just say that Andy should have been invited already? And obviously super happy for Andy, but I would be like, being like, damn, you didn't. This is my analogy for it. Okay. If you're on The Bachelor, and The Bachelor, do you guys know that show? It's like a show where everyone knows the fucking Bachelor show, where people try to get married on the show. If the Bachelor at the end of the show picks one girl and he proposes to the girl, and the girl is just like, you know what? I actually don't want to marry you. I'm going to say no to the engagement ring. That's like the Bachelor taking the ring and being like, all right, let me just go with my backup plan. Here you go. Like, I would be like, no, I'm not fucking taking that ring anymore. I'm not your fucking second choice. So that's kind of where I stand with what Andy should do. Andy just is coming off of a huge win. Did you guys, anyone watch PGF? Huge win at Professional Grappling Federation. Just the most exciting way you can do jiu-jitsu, honestly. 6 minutes, give them 6 minutes so they don't fucking tire out. You know, make them go for the sub, no points. Don't get me wrong, I have respect for everything that ADCC is, but after working so closely with what PGF has to offer, I don't think I could ever work for any other jiu-jitsu promotion that doesn't have a rule set like PGF, because there was just so much action to be had, and jiu-jitsu being a slower sport compared to, you know, our MMA selves who are very ADHD. We have to be seeing something crazy every fucking 2 seconds. Sorry, no cursing, no demonetization. Yeah, I just feel like ADCC is kind of at this tough point right now. So 100% just to spite. Okay, yeah. So getting back to Craig Jones picking the same date as ADCC. Do you think this would have happened if Mo ended up going on the El Segundo podcast and talking out the differences? Like, what alternate universe could we be living in right now? Had he gone on the podcast, where would that conversation have been taken? Would Craig have been a little bit more forgiving and maybe understanding of what Mo was trying to do with ADCC? Because let's be real, no one has given more to the sport than Mo. Mo has literally, and I'm not over exaggerating, this is not just for the top elite jiu-jitsu athletes. He paid for a year of jiu-jitsu athletes' apartments when they were in Puerto Rico. Not big name folks. Like, he's just paying for people to be able to train during COVID times in Puerto Rico. So he's obviously a fucking great guy. He's not the one that, you know, has the final say on how much fighters are paid. And he was coming in with good intention saying, hey, we're going to put this spectacle in T-Mobile Arena. It's going to be the biggest event. We're going to fucking put on the production of a year, and it's going to be crazy. And we're going to really, you know, elevate the sport of jiu-jitsu to the moon. And on the other side of that spectrum, you have people saying, okay, well, you're making the priority the $2 million that you're spending into T-Mobile, into the production, basically prioritizing the fans. And a lot of people felt like the athletes are the ones that should be the priority. They're the ones that are going out there, putting their bodies on the line. And I think that there could have been a happy medium when I'm like saying all this out loud, and really thinking about which ways this could have gone. Because at this point, you kind of just are stuck between a rock and a hard place. Because now what it's looking like is we're going to get a lot of people dropping, maybe not a lot, I could be wrong. Maybe 1 or 2 people from each division end up going to CJI. And then now we're kind of getting some of the reserves into the ADCC roster. And at that point, what does ADCC really mean? Where you been, Richard? Richard, you know, I've just been grinding and watching a lot of jiu-jitsu stuff. ADCC Submission Fighting World Championship. Let's see this bracket breakdown. I'm most familiar with Let's see if I can share this screen. So I'll stop sharing this screen and then share the official ADCC screen. Perfect. Okay, so now we're looking at the official ADCC news screen. As you guys probably, oh wait, there's no screen. Let me know when you guys see my screen. Okay. And if you're here right now, be sure to hit that like button because we are trying to get as many jiu-jitsu nerds onto this podcast as possible. We are on the road to 50K. I don't know if anyone is in here that was in the OG first 1,000 subscribers, but I am just so thankful that a lot of you guys are here to nerd out about jiu-jitsu with me. And wow, it's been super quiet when it comes to Mr. Gordon Ryan on the topic. A lot of shots have been fired at Gordon specifically. I think one of the memes going around right now, obviously a lot of them start from Reddit, but the one that made it to Twitter was like a fake newspaper thing. And it said, Craig Jones invited Gordon Ryan to CJI. And then it, makes a joke about, referring to some other drama that I'm not going to get into. But you see Craig really like poking at the bear. He's trying to get a reaction out of Gordon. He wants all the animosity he could get at this point. And, I can only imagine what's going on through Mo's mind right now. I don't think he's done an ADCC live chat. I got those on notification because that's where all the greatest tea comes. So I hope he's doing all right because he's been putting on a lot of work for ADCC, and this is just like the last headache he needed. But again, when it comes to fighter pay, it is pretty admirable what Craig is willing to do because okay, let's think about it. Have you ever been in a job where you were asking for a raise and you did all the work, you show up to work every day, maybe work overtime, and then you go to the boss and the boss still says, no, we just don't have the money for it yet, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you get another job offer and someone's willing to offer you more than what you make at your old job, you're going to take that new job. And then you could probably go back to your manager and say something like, hey, I got this new job offer. Do you think you can match? I'd really prefer to, show my loyalty to this company. But you gotta, show me my value. So that's basically the opportunity that Craig Jones is trying to make here by saying, hey, you can make $10,001 just for participating at CJI. And Ffion Davies said, hey, I'll take that $10,001 check versus having to go against, the elite of the elite at ADCC and defend her title because she is the 2022 champion. And I'm kind of bummed we're not going to see Ffion at ADCC, but she is always been one to trailblaze and just be the person to voice out her opinions on things. Like when it came to Polaris not having any woman on their card, she was the first to point out that's kind of fucked up. You should definitely include some woman on the card. So the fact that she's the first one, it doesn't surprise me at all. And it definitely is a proud moment. What's up, Mr. Lopez? Good to see you. Okay, let's dive into this official list of qualified and invited names. So, Dorian Oliveras is currently at Kasai. He's competing right now. Dorian Oliveras, I know he sometimes cross trains at B Team. I'm not sure if he does anymore, but it'd be interesting. Also, he would be small for Craig's because it's -80. So let's see who are the people that could potentially be on the way. And -77 kg, that's the exciting, that's arguably the most exciting division, the one that most people look forward to. And oh my gosh, guys, I might give you exclusive tea right now because on Instagram, I was teasing who my surprise interview was with. Let me go back to full screen. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, it's Alex OneLingX. I asked my Instagram story people. I thought there was no So there isn't a women's division for the grand prize, but I think he might be inviting different women. So I don't know who Ffion Davis's matchup is going to be against, but do you have any predictions on who it could be? I mean, what if he gets like a Bia Mesquita or you know, Ffion she might not want to cut the weight that she was going to cut for ADCC. So she might compete at like 135-ish. But yeah, we shall see. There is no women's division at CJI. Okay, anyway, I was talking about the interview that I was teasing on my Instagram. Basically, I got a call at like noon on Thursday or Wednesday before any of this news had broken. And I'm like, I'm trying to learn Spanish. I can barely learn English. So I got a call and this person's just like, a PR guy's like, hey, we have so-and-so available for an interview in 45 minutes. Can you be ready? And I was like, oh, yes, duh, because this person is an ADCC champion and I will show you guys the list and let you guess who it is. Okay, add to stage. Okay, so it's in the minus. Oh, wait, that gives it away because I said it's a champion. Someone guess who it is. It's really obvious now because I said it was champion. But basically, I got an awesome interview with the one and only. Really? No one guessed it yet? It's Cade Rotolo. And of course, I get an interview with Cade. And then after I have the interview, literally that night, they break that that CJI is happening and the Tackett brothers are out. I did ask the Rotolos, the Cade Rotolo, about a matchup, like a brotherly matchup, Tackett's versus Rotolo on like a biggest stage or something like that. And they were like, yeah, we would definitely love that. We've beaten them many times before. They haven't beaten us once, but you know, they keep getting better and better. Yeah, so just to tease that interview coming out, I'm in the process of editing it, but I just have so many things to edit. That's a priority for sure. But okay, so at number 1, we have Cade Rotolo, ADCC 2022 champion. He is one of 5 athletes ever to go 100% submission rate at ADCC. Other people on that list, you got Jean-Jacques Machado, who is a coach at PGF. You got Roger Gracie, who is also a coach at PGF. So a bunch of legends, not a bunch, only a few legends were able to accomplish getting 100% submission rate. And Cade Rotolo did it. He not only did it, but he did it as the youngest ADCC champion ever. Like, really? That's fucking crazy. Oh my gosh, I need to stop cussing. I went to a regular jiu-jitsu gym recently, and I used to train a lot at like 10 Planets, and 10 Planets is much less family friendly than like, you know, a gym that always has a lot of class kids in class and all that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to work on not cussing. When I'm on like a broadcast or anything, it's never an issue. But for some reason, when I'm on these live chats or shooting with people on live chat or jujitsu, it just slips. And I'm like, oh my gosh, when did I get such a potty mouth? Anyway, guys, there's 16 people in here. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. There's no UFC tonight. So thank you guys so much for being some jujitsu nerds with me and, you know, talking about this ADCC drama. If you have anyone in particular that you think is going to be next to drop out of ADCC and do CJI, let me know because I'm very curious who's going to be next. Who prioritizes money more than legacy, or who prioritizes standing up for what they feel is right? I think there's 2 ways to look at it for sure. I just saw that Hoover, I know you meant to say Glover in the group chat, is supposed to go up against Faber tonight. I'm assuming that's going to be just BJJ. Do you have a prediction for that match? So funny, I met Glover recently at PGF and his really adorable dog, Liz. And Glover is such a beast. He was saying on his Instagram earlier today that he's like, he's feeling the nerves and he loves this feeling and that you should do this to yourself just because no matter what, it's a win-win. Even if you lose, you got respect. If you win, you get double the respect. And this is the stuff that you have to test yourself and do. So he seems ready. He seems, I mean, when's the last time he competed though? God damn. because he's 43 now, and now he's back into it. I mean, he looks like he's in great shape. I saw him in the prep of this match. I think it's just strictly jiu-jitsu. I would be surprised if it's combat jiu-jitsu, but that's probably going on right now on UFC Fight Pass, so you guys can watch that there. Ninja Nikki's vegan wellness. Veganism. All right, Richard Yoplate, thumbs up for CGI. Is that what your thumbs up is for? I'm surprised that this is all happening. That's basically all I'm going to say. Okay, we're resharing this computer. Okay, so now we're looking at the official list. Elijah Dorsey's on there. Kenta Iwamoto. Kenta Iwamoto. Tommy Lancaker. Luis Paulo. I'm going to have to go back and watch his fight because I'm not familiar with his fight style. Levy Jones Leary. JT Torres. Nikki Ryan. Yeah, what's going to happen with all these B team guys? I'm pretty sure I can see. Ooh, I don't know, actually. I don't know. Does Nikki stay at ADCC or does he go to CJI? I mean, you have to imagine that he's probably invited, you know? Keep up the grind, Bo. Is that Bo? Is that Bo with Nat? Oh my God. Love you. Oh my gosh, I miss all my friends at 10 Planet West LA. So sad. I literally love all of them. Those are my training partners, my OG training partners. I haven't competed in so long, but they were all people I used to grind with. Okay, Dante Leon invited, PJ Barch invited. PJ Barch is coming off of a big win. Was it Polaris? I think it was Polaris that he just won his 20K. But 20K versus $1 million and then 10K versus $1 million. Does he leave? We'll find out. Oliver Taza invited. I feel like Oliver Taza is like a guy who does this shit for the pride and the legacy. I don't think Oliver Taza is going to CJI. And yeah, he's a New Wave guy. I don't think anyone from New Wave is going to be one to go to CJI. Also, wait, rewind. It's Craig Jones Invitational. So you do have to be invited. So who's Craig's friends with? I don't think he's basing this off of people he's friends with, but I could totally see him inviting PJ Barch. I could totally see him inviting anyone from B team. I could totally see him inviting Cade. Cade has a MMA fight coming up. So he's really staying active before his ADCC title defense. And he's also going to be competing in MMA against Blake Cooper for one championship. I was actually supposed to cover some of that event, but I won't be able to because I have a conflict. But I am doing a little bit of interviews in the lead up to that event. So be sure to check that out on my YouTube page coming up. Mika Galvao. I know Mika Galvao was someone that Craig Jones really wanted to add to the roster for CJI. But you got to imagine that he probably wants ADCC. I don't know. There's just so many ways that this could go. I really do want to know who Ffion is going to be facing, but other than that, I have no clue. Okay, so there's my under 80 kilograms and then there's over 80 kilograms. So we'll look into these heavyweights. And under 99 as well has the potential to go. Okay, Gordon Ryan, probably not going to do CJI. Sarcasm. Let's see. Victor Hugo, Nick Rodriguez. And then we look at the girls. Jasmine Roca, someone I don't think would leave ADCC. After all that work she put in at trials, really highly doubt that she would. Bia Mesquita, she was invited. Oh, and she's doing minus 65. Yeah, so if Ffion is going to get a match with someone and maybe she's not going to cut weight, potentially these could be one of her matchups. I don't know. I think it'll be harder for the girls to walk away from ADCC, especially since the girls aren't getting an opportunity for the $1 million. They're just getting an opportunity for $10,001 to participate. The prestige that comes with CJI probably doesn't match up. Gabby Garcia, you know, is going to be invited to Craig Jones's event. You know that love affair is a love affair we root for every day. All right, well, that's basically all the breaking news. I've been playing on my computer all day and all night. So make sure that you guys leave a like on this video because we want to get it sent out to all the BJJ nerds and geeks out there. Coming up, I have some stuff with Combate Global. Our next event is June 8th, so I'll be in Miami around then. Also going to be covering some UFC International Fight Week stuff when that comes. And basically just grinding it out on TikTok with Combate Global. I've literally grown that platform from 300 to now almost 300K. So if you guys have a TikTok and want to give them a follow, that'd be amazing. They also have a Snapstar. It's combate_global. I'm going to add it here because it would desperately help me if you guys were to add them or follow their Snapstar. So it's on Snapchat, but the Snapstar account is something different. It's the way people consume media on Snapchat. And, you know, there's just so many different technological things that are helpful to try to generate revenue. So anyway, I'm so happy that you guys are here. I hope you enjoy a nice Topo Chico. And I hope that one day this YouTube channel will grow big enough to be sponsored by Topo Chico. But until then, thank you for your support and I will see you next time. Bye.